Good Sunday morning, friends. A little later than usual. Thanks for accommodating my schedule today. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Welcome to our Sunday Village Gathering, where we will do the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. I'm so happy to see you all this morning. Do you get Tarot Topics in your inbox? There's a link right in the description where you can subscribe. It is a weekly newsletter, different topic every week, hence the title, Tarot Topics. And then we come on here and talk about it. So first of all, I do want to say thank you to people who came to join me at the library in West Palm Beach yesterday. I am looking particularly at you, Terry. I got to meet Terry Rosario and Jose, her husband, yesterday, which was a real treat. And it was a fun class, so that was great, but I did miss hanging out with you. So, our topic this week is purpose, passion, path. A lot of us, I think, will question, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What is my purpose here? And we'll wonder, are we on the right path? And I think a lot of times, I'm just going to say this. I think there are a lot of people who do what I do and spiritual coaches who make a whole living telling people that, this is not, what you're doing is not your true purpose. You need to find your true purpose. Pay me $50,000 and I'll help you find your true purpose. And I think sometimes, I don't know that we all need a purpose. Maybe the purpose is just enjoying a beautiful day. Maybe that's the purpose. But, Trey, right, scammers, there are a lot of them, right? But on the other hand, there are some people who are very purpose-driven, who live purposefully, and that is helpful to feel like you have a purpose. So what I posit in the newsletter, and I think this is true, that if you're looking for a sense of purpose, if you're looking for what feels like your path, find your passion. Show me your passion, and I'll show you your purpose. And very often that's something that, we can use tarot for, to help us really find and figure out what our passion is and how we're going to express it in life. And when that happens, ta-da, I think we have our path and our purpose most of the time. So let's do some readings. Wherever you are, wherever you happen to be watching me, if you have a question about your passions, finding your sense of purpose, following your path, or really anything at all, since I wasn't here yesterday for the Psychic Sampler, ask me anything. I'm going to do my best to give you a good answer. Let's get on over to CardCam, where you can see I am working with Lightseer's Tarot, one of my favorite modern decks. Do y'all like this deck? I really think it's a great deck. Very, very different from Wait. Caroline McLaughlin, I got you. Good to see you. I've got you wherever you are. I've got you. All right. So first, and in fact, Caroline, I'm going to do Smile Soul 20 and then I'm going to do you. All right. Okay. So feedback on Lightseers. Trey's like, it's okay. Mixuir, love Lightseers. Yeah, I know some people who love it. I know some people who are mad about it. Jenna Perkins, Lightseers is one of my favorites. Yeah, agreed. I really like it. There's some conversation about whether it's just a fad deck or whether it's going to be with us for a while. I'm voting for it should be with us for a while. I am. Okay, Smile Soul 20, thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. And thanks for being a moderator. My question is, what is my passion and path? I believe it is to love life and be happy. And man, I sort of feel like in a way, that's what we're all here to do. This is a hard world. And if we can find a sense of love and happiness in this hard world, then I think we've found our purpose, like whatever it takes, right? So I agree with that for you, Smile Soul 20, and for everyone. But let's see what the cards say, Smile Soul 20. The thing is, we've got the Tower reversed here, we've got Strength reversed, and we've got the Hierophant. Yeah, I'm going to say it's all about sticking to remembering that your happiness matters and nurturing your happiness and nurturing love in your life, even when things are difficult, even when things aren't perfect, even when things make you angry. And so it is exactly that, but there's a little oomph to it, Smile Soul 20, because it's not easy. And there's so much, there's so much in the world that could bring us to a place of anger. They could bring us to a place of hopelessness. They could bring us to a place of bitterness. Your purpose is to not allow any of that and just keep going toward the goal, and you'll get there. All right. Hey, Ben, Libra Does Tarot. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, up next, Caroline McLaughlin. So good to see you. Glad you liked the newsletter, and thanks for being a member. May I please have some cards on the topic of passion and purpose? Hopefully I'm on the right path. So, Caroline, I think that you have through your lifetime been somewhat reserved about following your passions, except when your passions have been about helping others, which I think very often they are. And so when you have a passion for helping others, for you and for a lot of people, it's easy to lean into that because it feels altruistic. And it is. I think for you, Caroline, the challenge is to find and lean into the passions that are relatively self-serving. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean self-serving in a bad way. I don't think there's anything about you that is self-serving in a bad way. But to do things just because you enjoy them, even if they don't benefit anyone else, as long as they're not hurting other people. I mean, I know that wouldn't be a thing for you. But yeah, to give yourself more importance, maybe. Let me know what you think. Claire C., it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I do not feel any sense of community here in Southwest Florida. Will I find it somewhere else? So like if you were to think about moving to a place where you would feel more of a sense of community, we do not recommend that. That is not recommended in this time, because chances are, even if you think you find it, it may slip through your fingers, and then here you are, you're pretty much in the same situation you already are. What can you do to find a better sense of community? I mean, I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it in the online world, which is not always the easiest to navigate, but I think that's how you're doing it. And I think it's going to be important for you to make connections with people, wherever they happen to be, and let that sustain you for now. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Kay Talks, good to see you. Lynn Boutwell, nice to see you over on Facebook. Horse-drawn portrait, good morning or afternoon or whatever it is where you are. Glad you are here. And Medium That Rocks, nice to see you here. You all are in the queue. What we're talking about today, if you're just joining us, what we're talking about today is purpose, passion, and path. What questions do you have about that or anything? I'm happy to do your questions today, so get them on in. And let's do some readings. All right. Who is up next? It's Mix You here. Michelle, so great to see you. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, solar eclipse day. It certainly is. So I don't know if you remember this, Michelle, but we had a conversation, and Michelle has had some astrologers say, don't do magic during the eclipses. Now, my teachers have said different, that it's a very powerful time to do magic. So I put it out on TikTok with, different people ringing in with different ideas. So there is no consensus. That's all I'm going to say, no consensus. All right. Anyway, let's see. Mikshuir, Shana Tova to you and everyone else celebrating. Okay, here's the question. Am I on the right path to wait until I have more savings to buy a new phone? Should I buy a new phone now or wait a bit? And should I buy the 2023 or 24? I know this might seem minor, but given that my laptop broke, my phone is now extra important. Yeah, a lot of us run a business from our phone. Like the phone is super, it's like part of us now. It is super, super important. It really is. So do you buy the new phone now or later? You wait a little bit. The time is coming. You wait a little bit, just a little bit. And when it's time, get the 24. Don't screw around. Get the 24. Like, look at this, right? This is the 20. Definitely not. This is the 23. The only one you're really going to be happy with is the 24, so get it. Oh, my goodness gracious. Caroline McLaughlin, thank you so much for the very, very kind super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. All right. Divine timing. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Am I on the right path concerning work? I'm still unsure which direction I want to take, but leaning toward therapy involving substance use disorder. Currently working as a case manager. So, definitely in that human services therapeutic mode. The thing is, divine timing, I think every time you get to a new place in this field, you're going to be like, yeah, this is good, but I want more. So I think you're on the right path, but I don't think it's going to stop with being a therapist. Or I don't think it's going to stop with like a first level that allows you to do therapy. I think you're going to grow and grow. So on the right path, yes, but for the rest of your career, you'll be growing with it. And so that means continuing education and growth. There it is. All right. Jumping over to Facebook just for a moment. So good to see you, Lynn. Hope you're doing great. Lynn Boutwell. Am I on the right path in my career and personal growth? I feel like you're making some active improvements in your career that seem really good. It seems like there was a time you were not on the right path, but now you are. And in terms of your personal growth, I think you really are working toward healing. But I also feel like there are some things there, like in order to really heal, there are some things there that you need to see that you don't want to see. So I think you're on the right path, but I think you're still digging to get to all the truth. And here's what I think is happening. I think your brain is protecting some people who maybe should not be protected. So I would say, and I'm not trying to make everyone around you a villain, but I feel like, especially in your early life story, there are some people who influenced you and you need to kind of know what's up there. Lynn says, makes sense. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. All right. Anna K, so good to see you. Greetings from Oktoberfest, like the actual Oktoberfest in actual Germany. Is that where we're at? Very cool. Very cool. Friends, we have all gone to Oktoberfest. That is great. Thank you for being here. Can I please have a reading on the topic, my passion, my purpose, my path, or as you see fit to formulate it? Sure. The thing is, Anna, I am not sure you've ever really had a chance to figure out what your passions are, because I feel like so much of your life has been dictated by other people sort of telling you what you should do, what you must do, by circumstances giving you not too many choices. And so you have not had as much time and energy to be able to truly find your passions. But I feel like in a lot of ways, if I like, I do think you have a passion for well-being and healing. I do think that you have a passion for travel. And I do think you have a passion for high-level intellectual conversation that helps us understand each other. So I feel like the more you lean into those things, the more you will feel your sense of purpose and feel like you're on your path. Hey, Robin, good to see you. You are in the queue. Sharon Malloy McGinley, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Sharon, you are in the queue. I will be coming up to you shortly. Jenna Perkins, you are up next, and I love this question. Oh my goodness. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I would like to know if my passion and purpose is to read tarot for others. I'm going to say that it certainly could be. It certainly could be, yes. However, you need to do that which we all must do, who, those of us who are doing this. And like, there is no way to walk that path without being really vulnerable. Like, it's a very, very vulnerable path. And you may have some anxieties around that vulnerability. You need to learn to trust yourself more and to really develop a toolkit of how to handle all the things. Do that, and you will be on your path. Oh, Robin, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. That is very, very kind. Thank you. It is nice to see you as well. Okay. AA, so good to see you. Cards around your passion and purpose. Most certainly, yes. Here we go. So the thing is, AA, I feel like a lot of your life has been about self-preservation. Like, there are times when to be able to talk about passion and purpose is really it really puts us higher up on Maslow's hierarchy. And I feel like for you, you have not always had that privilege. I feel like your passion and purpose in a lot of ways has been learning to survive well. And you are doing that. But now I see you moving, like being able to move toward a sense of passion and purpose. And it involves creativity, it involves fun, it involves travel, and it involves trusting yourself to make decisions and feeling self-determining in your life. Kay, you are coming up right now. You're good. In fact, right this minute, Kay talks. Here we go. It's great to see you. May I have some cards around my passion and purpose? I should be finished with grad school to be a mental health counselor by the end of next year. I also do marketing currently for therapists, desiring more financial stability, doing something that works well for me and my schedule, utilizing my experience while I get to where I want to be. So you're really looking for that interim job that will not steal your soul and will provide more money. And I feel like you can find that. I wonder if you could do teaching, ghostwriting, something that uses your communication skills seems to be the thing. And I think in the long run, I think being a mental health counselor makes all the sense in the world. I think it will do well for you. And, but I think you're such a good writer. You're such a good communicator. There has to be a way to monetize that right now. That's what I would think. All right, back over to Facebook. Sharon Malloy McGinley, should I jump on a cruise in 2 weeks? Only if you take me. My goodness. Let's see. If your heart is in it and you want to, like, I think you can. I think you can. I feel like, though, wherever you go, there you are. And so, yeah, you can get on the cruise, but you are working through some stuff, and you'll be working through some stuff on the cruise. Will that be a helpful place to do it? Indeed, it would be. So, yeah, by all means, if you can. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Okay. Okay, just did Sharon. Hang on 1 second, everyone. Okay. Medium That Rocks, so good to see you. Yes, so Medium That Rocks and I this week, if you have a ticket to the StaarCon 5 Afterglow, I'm doing a session on Wednesday. We're playing with the Major Arcana. And on Thursday, Medium That Rocks is doing a mediumship session. So bang, bang. I hope to see you in both Wednesday and Thursday. So that's fabulous. And if you don't have a what was I going to say? If you don't have a StaarCon 5 ticket to get into the Afterglow, $10 gets you into the rest of the Afterglow. Okay, here we go. Who have I missed? Barbie Bird, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. I often find it hard to articulate my passions. Can I get some insight on what lights me up? Because things feel a little dull. Hang on 1 second here. Okay. Sorry, I just overscrolled. Give me a second. I'm getting to you. Okay, here. Okay, I often find it hard to articulate my passions. Can I get some insight on what lights me up? Because things feel a little dull at the moment. So I understand that so very well. I have to tell you, there's a great South Park episode, and I forget which one of the kids went through it, but everything started to sound and taste and feel like crap. And I thought that was such a, yeah, I totally understand. So here we go. So what lights you up? That's the question. It's funny because it's people, but it's not people. Like, you love to be around people and you love to be in a great environment with people, but then people also drive you the most crazy. So the thing that makes you happiest and the thing that drives you the most crazy is people. That's what I think, Barbie. Let me know what you think. All right, over on Instagram, Renata, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you got a question. All right, Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. What is my purpose here? Don't really know if I'm on the right path. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Trey, there has been so much for you about being grounded to ancestors, to culture, to the things that make you you in a very sort of hardwired way. And once grounded into that sense of identity, to take that wherever you want to go and have some fun with it. And this is creative, it's spiritual, but it's also incredibly practical. Did that make sense? All right. Terry Rosario, so good to see you. And it was so good to meet you and Jose yesterday. Thanks for being a member. Am I on the right path to focus on Reiki channeling? Or should I focus on crafting malas, which I was gifted yesterday, so fabulous? Or should I focus on tarot reading or support for our magical elders in need? Wow, I'm not sure those things are entirely mutually exclusive. I'm going to say maybe all of the above. Maybe. Let's take a look and see what the cards say about all that. And Renata, I absolutely see you. I'm coming to you next. All right, so here we go. Terry, here we go. Reiki channeling, absolutely yes. Malas, absolutely yes. Tarot reading, let tarot inform everything else for now. Let tarot be a personal cornerstone for you. Reading for others, absolutely, if you want to, but you can see that part of it, like the being a diviner for others, is not as important as using it to keep yourself stable. Not that I think you're not stable. But you know what I mean? You know, like use it to anchor you. Let tarot be your anchor. Support for magical elders in need. There are so many of those, and I could be next in that. So always good. But I have to say, Reiki channeling, the malas are always part of who you are. Like those two things are the most solid externally in some ways. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, GM Marcus, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Feeling an old wound of the heart. I understand. Not sure it will ever heal. So what I'm going to say about that, I don't know if it heals or if you just grow around it, but the thing you have to do here is give yourself grace. I feel like when these things happen, not just for you, but for everybody, eventually it comes down to woulda, coulda, shoulda for myself. And that's where you must give yourself grace. Renata, I didn't forget about you. I got you. Renata, over on Instagram. I am very passionate about my law degree, but I'm struggling to manage my studies. Tips on how to better manage it. Let's see what we got. Renata, it's so good to see you. First of all, anxiety is not your friend. Anxiety is the biggest enemy. Anxiety makes everything take twice as long and hurt twice as much. So meditation, magic, whatever you can do to get rid of anxiety will make everything else easier. And I don't know that you'd identified anxiety as the culprit, but I really believe it is. Let me know what you think. Okay. Vaishali, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here we go. Now, just 1 second here. Renata, you are very welcome. Oh, and Medium That Rocks, you agree that Terry's Reiki, no, fair. Absolutely fair. All right, Vaishali, so good to see you. So, Vaishali, I think that your biggest passion and purpose right now is about learning how to be in community and in relation with others. And that's where the focus needs to be. How to show up for others and let others show up for you. That's the key. Oh, Renata, yes. Renata says I totally do. Okay, good. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Here we go. Scrolling through, scrolling through. Medium that rocks. I see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. I am feeling confused. I know my purpose and mediumship is my joy. Being anything else feels wrong. As a human, though, I need humans and financial security. What do the cards say about my confusion? Well, I think we have to remember that medium that rocks, that the way in which you view that Maslow's hierarchy of what we all need was instilled in you by people who did not care about your personhood. And so I think that's where the confusion comes from, because you were taught to fit yourself into a very small box and that there were no other options. And so now you're trying to be in the big box, but you also don't know how to do the practical stuff in the small box. So a lot of this is unlearning a bunch of stuff and then learning new stuff. And when we talk, like, I don't see any of those things as mutually exclusive. Like, it's fine to do a jobby job if you need a jobby job. It's also fine to hustle and figure out how to get the money flowing, primarily legally, and to build community around yourself so you have those humans. So I feel like the confusion comes from your training, not from your reality. That's what I think. Okay. Hey, Christine Stevens, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing great. Let me know if you got a question for today. Robin Martin's good observation. What a day for readings. 29 degrees Virgo eclipse. Indeed. Oh, thank you for recommending this deck. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It is a fun deck for sure. And okay. Who is next? Oh, okay. We're going to stop. Ben, you're coming up next. But Renata has a tarot question. And you know I'll stop everything to answer a tarot question. Renata, how soon should one do a love reading? I remember some weeks ago you mentioned that doing a reading about a relationship that's still on the very early stages can be tricky. When do you advise? In a relationship that's developing, I would never, ever want to do predictive readings because we don't want to think about that. What are the readings that we should be doing in the beginning of a relationship? How are we compatible? What should we be looking out for? What are the red flags? Where should I be poking to see if a monster comes out? We need strategy in the beginning. That's what we're looking for, strategy. So I would say just avoid predictive readings in that setting, about that, and just use readings to give you strategy to help you move forward to see what's what. Because the beginning of a relationship is a time of exploration, should not be a time of prediction. All right. Christine Stevens, so kind. Thank you for the super chat. You are in the queue. I'll be getting to you in a moment. Revival of Venus. Yes, we are doing questions. The class was fun. We had a really good time. I'm excited to be there once a month now. Okay. Ben Libra does tarot. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years and a moderator. fully believe I've found my passion with my spiritual work. I could not agree more. I know you and I see it. My current struggle is alignment. How can I better align with my purpose and stay the right path? Good question, Ben. I would say be very clear about what feels right to you in the moment. And if it doesn't feel aligned, then look at it and say, okay, it doesn't feel aligned. Is there a purpose to doing it anyway? And if there's not, politely decline. If it's not aligned, politely decline. If it's not aligned, politely decline. And I think you can trust your own heart here to know what feels right and what feels good. There it is. Wendy Robeson, thank you so much for gifting a membership to Theranaya. That was awesome. I love it. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Horse-drawn portrait, thank you so much. Horse-drawn portrait has become a paid subscriber on Twitch. If I understand correctly, my second one. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Sending you so much love. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Juby Wright, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Can I have some cards on moving forward with my friendships with Carl and Johnny? And Juby, thanks for being a member. And thanks for using members-only emojis. So I don't know if Carl and Johnny are a match set, like they're a couple, or if this is two separate individuals. I'm doing it as two separate individuals because I like Carl so much more than I like Johnny. I feel like Johnny has a world of issues. I feel like Carl has some clarity and some intelligence. I don't know if that's helpful. Let me know if you need clarification on that. Okay. Let's see where we are at now. Okay, hey, Melissa, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. As you well know, I've had a hard time finding a new purpose to pursue once I move on from this job. It almost feels like a midlife crisis. Well, I mean, kind of fair. Like you've been in this really admirable, good job for like 20 years or something, right? I mean, yeah, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, there it is. Where I'm embarking on a whole new path, more true. Sorry. Chat's doing a funny thing. Give me a minute. More true to myself. What do I need to know about my shift of purpose and path? You know, I don't have it at my fingertips, but I sort of want you to read the book by Frank Kwiatkowski's book, Rise and Shine, that he wrote about his own similar crisis. And it was the crisis that took him from being a letter carrier to being a message carrier. So yeah, I want you to read that book. So there's that. But beyond that, Melissa, I think, first of all, you need to relax and give yourself permission for this. Like there's a part of you that really wants to do it. But what I see is like your inner child is like, can I go out and play? Can I go out and play? And isn't quite sure if it's really allowed or not. So giving yourself more permission to be yourself. And I feel like you've always been very good at being yourself in confined spaces. In this space, I can be myself. And so recognizing you're allowed to know who you are and take that person out everywhere. So I think it's a lot of internal work that you're doing. And right, 22 years in. So this is very normal. What you're experiencing is very normal. But for you, it is a deep spiritual healing as well. Oh my goodness, Revival of Venus over on Instagram as well. My goodness, so good to see you there. Robin Martins, here we go. So good to see you. My question is, I was positively focused on moving by October. All signs supported this. Now none of this happened and I need to go off market. Why do I need to stay here? Why do I need to stay here? And there's a little more. I'm all confused about everything now. All right. So I think the reason it's happening is stuff outside of your control. You know, like none of this is your fault. And I think it has just a lot to do with local economy stuff. Why were you getting indicators that it would be a good thing to do? Because for you, it would have been a good thing to do. It literally, legitimately would have been. So I'm not going to spiritualize the fact that it's not happening. It's not happening because of factors beyond your control that are very mundane and very practical. So I'm not giving it a spiritual reason, but even though we don't always want to spiritualize what has happened, it is very good to find the spiritual anchor for what comes next and what we do next. Okay, so here we are, you know, different than what we thought. Here we are. And so the key is to reluctantly, but necessarily, you know, it's necessary, even if you're reluctant, to ground into what is available to ground into. This is a case of blooming where you're planted. This is a case of when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, which is a very funny expression since we ourselves made lemons. They're not naturally occurring. Not all reversed. The devil's not reversed. So yeah, it's not what you wanted. I think we have to recognize, like, it's not what you wanted. It's disappointing, but you got to deal with it anyway. And there is the lesson and there is the power. Because if you can not let this steal your joy, you'll be good. Robin Martins, he is a very cute devil. You are so right. All right. Wendy Robeson, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for being a moderator. Am I on the right path? Hey, did you do your big gig yesterday? Was that yesterday? Yes. Corporate reading job went amazing this weekend. Doesn't that feel good? And so I'm thinking about that when we are thinking about your path. And as long as, okay, here's what your path entails. As long as your path leaves the past in the past, honors your own happiness, and does not cause you to justify your existence to other people, you're freaking fine. Does that make sense? Teresa, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for being a moderator. I'm so sorry this is happening. Okay. Teresa, my trainer at the new job tried making me look stupid in an email to our boss. It was really strange because it felt I'd had a breakthrough at work and was doing well despite really disliking it. Also, my ex reached out to see our son after years of no show and no financial contribution. It all really threw me off. Any advice, please? All during an eclipse week. Oh my gosh. Sending you so much love. All right. I do feel like this is doing some of what eclipses do, which is pulling up everything that needs to be pulled up, right? An a-hole making you look bad. An a-hole trying to come back. Like, you know, your life in the past was defined by a-holes. So regarding the trainer trying to make you look stupid, I think the boss saw through it very clearly. I think even though you are disliking the job right now, I think it is appropriate for you to keep going with it. You won't have to be there forever. Either it will get better or you will be in a different position. I think regarding the ex, I mean, he does this from time to time. I think the eclipse just pulled him out. And, handle that the best way for yourself, whatever the law prescribes, right? But the bottom line here is, this is everything coming up to try to make you feel bad about yourself. If you don't allow it, you win. That's the bottom line. Hey, TC, so good to see you over on Twitch. Let me know if you have a question. TJ and GA, so good to see you. Somehow, it has always been a little unclear to me as to what my passion, path, purpose is. Any guidance in this area? TJ, I think you have a passion for healing. I think you have a passion for sort of deep intellectual understanding. So yeah, healing and understanding. Fire and air. That's where I'd put you. And so I feel like if you have people around you that you can really talk to at a high level, if you're writing, if you're blogging, and if you have clarity on what you think and believe, you are moving toward your path and your passion, because that's from whence it all emanates. All right. What is StaarCon? StaarCon is our hybrid tarot art divination conference, international, been held since 2021. We are in the StaarCon 5 AfterGlow right now. StaarCon met last in January in West Palm Beach. We do not have our next meeting set yet. It will be either toward the end of 2026 or in 2027, but we're building our new online platform, which will be up very soon, and we'll begin meeting on that very, very soon. So, yeah, ask me more when I see you next. And for you and everyone, there is a link right in the description to join the StaarCon 5 Afterglow, where you can have a class with me and a mediumship experience with Medium That Rocks this coming week. And also to sign up for the StaarCon 6 newsletter. All right. Here we go. A penny for your thoughts. Okay. Thanks for being a member for more than a year, and thanks for being a moderator. I own a third of a beautiful property with some family. E and I want to take it over to save it. And now with fighting and BS, it's about to fall down. It was my grandpa's house. I love this place. Might be more here. Okay. Hang on. Here it is. Can E and I save it, or will the mess continue? Will the mess continue? It's such a beautiful place. Okay. Can you save it? This is going to be hard. Like, you would need a real strategy. You cannot be willy-nilly about it. I think it's possible, but it needs a very clear strategy. So find your strategy. It can't be emotional. Okay. Pip, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Patience or letting go of control, or what? Thanks so much. I hope that question is in line with the beautiful newsletter. Sure. Okay. Should you be patient, or do you need to kind of let go? Like, here's the thing. If you're being patient with something that is going to change and you know it's going to change, fine. If you're being patient with something that is small and will always try your patience, but the benefits are bigger, fine. Otherwise, by all means, do not be patient. Okay. Hang on one second. Okay. Got it. Next up, Karina Morrison. So good to see you. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Do you think my son will move back to Texas? His life is very unstable at the moment. Oh, I know how hard that is when your kid is not doing what he needs to do. I think he is looking at a move, and a move might really benefit him. It might be the right thing, for sure. Okay. Christine Stevens, so good to see you, my friend. We have known each other since like 2009 or something. So good to see you. And thank you so much for the super chat. Things are up in the air right now. Yes, they are. And there is a lot here about healing from the past. And that can even be about healing from things that have hurt you in the past, but things you believe to be true in the past that are no longer true. Things are up in the air because you need to find your path. This is not about waiting for someone else. It's about you figuring out what is up for you. And the way to do that is to know your own mind and heart and trust that. Let me know if that makes sense. If you need me to go further on it, I absolutely will. Let me know. All right. Revival of Venus. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. My question is, what do I need to know about SD, a romantic interest? I've not heard from him in a few years, but we have connected online. I don't think he's grown up any. From my perspective, I don't see the draw. I'm just going to tell you. We seem immature. We seem self-serving. We seem anxious. So I'd say be careful. Okay. Hey, horse-drawn portrait. So good to see you. And thank you so much for becoming a subscriber on Twitch. It means so much to me. What passion and purpose are most connected to a potential career? Is it artistic, justice-oriented, or should I get some kind of technical professional training? Ah, you're fine. This is good. I was always an artist, but open to a new purpose. Okay, so artist, we love you as an artist, horse-drawn portrait. We do. We absolutely do. We love you as an artist. Like, you can never let that go. That's part of who you are. Workplace justice oriented, also part of who you are. And I would argue these things are not mutually exclusive. They can work together. Some kind of technical professional training. I like these two things. Justice and art. Those two things. I think that's what works for you. Okay. Oh, Juby, I'm glad they were separate people. That makes sense. Hey, TC, hey, TC, do we have your question? All right. Oh, Christine, thank you. That supports me. Bow to chipping away at finding what it is I'm still not healed from. I appreciate you and we'll be in touch soon. Oh, Christine, I appreciate you so much. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Ms. Voice, so good to see you. I got married with the guy who promised to help with documents. It's real marriage, but he became manipulative. If I stay married, will I get the papers? If I'll find proof that he's abusive. He's abusive. He doesn't let me do anything I want. He's sleeping with a gun. Okay. So if you stay married here, I think you'll get your papers, but I think you got to get out as quickly and safely as you can. As quickly and safely as you can. I'm sorry you're in this bad situation. But I do think you can get your papers. Just try to stay safe is, I think, the best we can do here. Gen Xers, just walk it off. So good to see you. Hope you're doing great. What do you see for me in terms of my livelihood over the next month or so? Gen Xers, just walk it off. Thanks so much for being a member. Well, I definitely see you having a livelihood. It does not seem to really be in line with your passions, but it seems to keep you busy and grounded and funded. So that's what I see. I see grounded and funded. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. Demini, so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Will Alex from my workplace and I end up in a relationship? I'm going to say there is an attraction there, but there probably will not be a relationship, possibly because it is workplace. Sylvia's Odyssey, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. General reading, let's see what we see for you. Sylvia's Odyssey, the key for you is to really find the truth amid the BS. And wherever you go or whatever you do, BS is rampant. Find the BS. That's the key. Okay. I got Demini. Oh, there is one more question with Demini. You already quit. So Demini, will you be in a, I'm going to say probably not. The quitting does make it more likely, but still probably not. Oh my goodness, Ashley, I am so sorry. Sending you so much love. Ashley, can you tell me why I seem to be losing a lot of people from fatal car accidents to COVID? I feel like I'm surrounded by death. I am so sorry. I think we all go through periods in our lives where that seems to happen. And I'm going to say you have to sort of grieve each and mourn each and bemoan the fact that it's happening so close to each other. But this is just a phase. It doesn't mean anything particular except that it makes your life harder right now. So deal with each as an individual, make space for it. And I would not over spiritualize the fact that it's happening a lot right now, nor would I expect this trend to continue. Thank goodness. So sorry. Baby Cakes, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How do we feel about this coming trial? Is the job doable? Should I take it? I know it's not very good due to potential micromanaging, but should I take it anyway if offered? If offered and if you feel okay about the trial, I think you should take it. I think the micromanaging may not be as bad as you think once they see how competent you are. Hey, Amy Foreman, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I auditioned for a yoga studio much farther from home, but the pay is better. What do you see? I'm wondering if I will hate the commute or if I will find it's worth it. Both. You will hate the commute and you will find it's worth it. Both. All right. So we had some issues with following the chat today. Our chat froze. So if you've asked a question and I haven't gotten to you, it would be helpful if you reiterate that question. I'm scrolling through and looking. Oh, Linda Petrie Antonio, good to see you. Wondering where I should be focusing my energy right now. You have a lot in a lot of different places, and therefore, because there's a lot drawing on you right now, self-care and grounding is really, really important. Because you can't focus on just one thing. It's too many things. So self-care and grounding. Hey, the solid box, good to see you. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your grandmother. What went on when my grandma died? Did she suffer a lot before death? Okay, did your grandmother suffer? Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. And my cousin who died in an accident, people said his mother had affairs, and that is why my cousin's father also died in 2020. I cannot confirm the mother's behavior, but I can guarantee you that is not why there was death. It is not true. It is not true. Oh, Ashley, thank you for that feedback. I'm so sorry for what you're going through. Hey, Lightseeker, good to see you. Baby cakes, yeah, we had. So what happened on Friday is YouTube was a butthead. Everything else stayed live, but YouTube didn't. So the video's on Twitch, and I did every reading that I could see. So if you want to go get your Friday reading, it's on Twitch. Lightseeker, it's so good to see you. Let me know. Yeah, you absolutely may ask a question. Yes, yes, yes. Claire C., should I continue to plan on moving next year? It depends on where you're moving to. I mean, you could be moving from one place you feel like you don't belong to another place. Astro Ascension, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. The solid box, the lorry driver said my cousin's father purposefully drove his bike into the lorry. That might be true, but that would be on him. Okay, so friends on Twitch, a couple of people on Twitch. Do you have a question? Do you want a general? Let me know. I am happy to read for you. We are, and Astro Ascension Tarot, same with you. We are coming to the end. So get those questions in, and I am happy to read for you. And I do want to remind folks, we are doing, we have our members only recording of the tarot scopes on Tuesday. So members, get ready for that. Lightseeker 11. May I ask what my next lover will be like? Ooh. We sure we don't want to skip that and get on to the next one. No, seriously. I'm afraid, I'm wondering if you're attracted to people who are kind of, to people who are up in their head. I feel like it might be someone who thinks a lot, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but may be a little bit morose and may need a lot of cheering up. Are you someone who is attracted to sort of a self-sabotaging person? Like, I'm thinking about Taylor Swift describing Matt Healy in the Tortured Poets Department song. You're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes on the road. I've seen this episode before, but I love the show. Yeah, you attract those people a lot, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe think about that. Seriously. Okay. Okay, Seraphim Dreams, good to see you. Can I get guidance on if I need to move on from my current relationship? I feel like there's something that goes on in this relationship that is episodic, where it can be good and then bad and then good and then bad. And I think that happens in all relationships to some extent. But I feel like this one is in a tight loop and it never really starts to get better. And so unless you can find a way to break out of the loop, the only way to break out of the loop is to break out of the relationship. Okay, Robin, a part 2, more benefit all around by listing in March, April. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Yes, yes. All right, my friends, who have I missed? And who has a question for me? I feel like we are, Astro Ascension, General Love. So I'm not seeing a lot around you. So if you are currently in a relationship, I'm not seeing it, which says something about the relationship that I don't like. What I think you need is something that is very grounded and very integrated, woven into your life. And so either, like, I feel like that's what you need, and I'm not sure that's what you have now, but you will. Julie, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, I was bullied in college, but the colleagues who bullied me cleared their papers and went out of college. But I was so depressed. Why should I go through this? I think this falls under the category of there's a lot of mean people in the world, and the question is, how long do we let them steal your peace? What they did was wrong, but if you stay focused on that, you lose the opportunity to have the best revenge possible, which is a life well lived, So I feel like the way you get back at all of that is to go have a great life. I know it's hard, but that's what's needed. Astro Ascension Tarot, not in a relationship yet. Good. I see something much better coming. I really do. I feel something good coming. All right. Anybody else? All right. I am going to say, I was wondering about Hey TC over on Twitch. Anybody else that I see? Yeah, I think we are on last call. I want to remind you that I am available for readings. I have sessions available this week. I also want to remind you, if you have a StaarCon 5 ticket, see me in the lounge on Wednesday. See Kimmy in the lounge on Thursday. Tarot on Wednesday, mediumship on Thursday. Hey, Vanessa, I see you over there. Baby Cakes, I have shared the Twitch link in the community posts. And maybe the control room could do that here. I don't know. Vanessa, here we go. Let's get on over back to Card Cam. Can I get a general reading? What does the universe need me to know right now? Yeah, there's a lot that is not going on the way you want it to be. Pay attention. Right now, you are making the best of some difficult circumstances. Pay attention to what you don't like that's going on right now, because that gives you real information about yourself and how you want to move forward versus how you don't want to move forward. Pay attention. All right, my friends, once again, last call. Okay, members, Taroscopes on Tuesday. StaarCon 5, you can get your ticket right now. Join us, Onyx Sullivan's in the lounge. Tarot on Wednesday, mediumship on Thursday. And reach out, book your session with me. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. with your 3-card weekly reading. I appreciate all of you so much. If you have not signed up for the newsletter, please do so. There is a link right in the description to do so. Please do that and get tarot topics in your inbox every Wednesday. My friends, I appreciate you so much. Take really good care.